In life, we always seek for evidence. Evidence that is scientific in nature, that has empirical findings, that has been evaluated by scientists sitting out somewhere with whom we haven't even seen. But we never question what is beyond this. We never question what presents before us as this world which is scientific, which is logical in nature. Who has placed this world like this? Who created? How was it created? Is there a logic behind that? Now, when I try to answer this, I think the answer would be more illogical. So, one such topic that we are going to cover today is the magic in numbers. There are many studies that say that numbers have profound impact on our lives. This is true. How can this be true? So, today we are going to discuss this. And to start off that, first I want all of us to realize that numbers have always been existing in nature. Numbers were not something that were, invented or created by us. Numbers as quantities are always in nature. It is just that human beings discovered these numbers and they gave specific names in various different languages to represent them. For example, I have 10 fingers. I have 10 toes. Now, whether you want to call it as das in Hindi or 10 in English, zen in German or ashara in Arabic, we are always referring to this number which has a unique meaning to it. One such number that I want you to know about is the golden ratio. Now, even before explaining to you what this ratio is, how is it calculated, I have to tell you a small story of a little boy. The name of this little boy was Leonardo Pisa aka Fibonacci. Now, this guy actually existed in between 1175 AD to 1250 AD. Fibonacci used to travel across various different countries between Africa, Europe and Asia, across the Mediterranean Sea. In his voyage, what happened was he came across a person who was going through a lot of trouble in calculating rabbit population. He wanted to understand down the lane after a certain specific number of generations how many rabbits existed in his farm. In the process of helping him, he actually found out a specific series of numbers which are got by adding the previous number to itself. This number goes like this: 1, 1, 3, 5, 8, 13. For example, you have 5 which is got by adding the two numbers, that is 2 and 3. Now you have 8 which is got by the result of adding 5 and 3, and 13 you get by adding 8 and 5. So similarly the number continues to infinity. Now, why am I telling you this? That's because golden ratio can be arrived at by dividing the Fibonacci series consecutive numbers. Once the number of series increases, this arrives at a constant called 1.61. Golden ratio, also known as golden mean or the divine ratio, exists so unanimously across the nature. The number of petals in a flower, the number of seeds, the way they are placed in a specific ratio is golden ratio. Apart from this, the way the trees are designed, the way the mollusks are shaped, even the spiral galaxies, the hurricanes, the shape of these, they all fall into a specific ratio called the golden ratio. Golden ratio exists even within our DNA. DNA, as you know, has helical shape, and the ratio at which this helix is formed is also coinciding with the golden ratio. Isn't it incredible that we are part of this universe which presents before us as numbers? And do you know that golden ratio also finds its presence in various religions? For example, in Hinduism, what is called as Mount Meru, the Parvat of where the treasures of Lord Kubera is actually existing. Calculations between the consecutive levels of the Mount Meru again rounds it back to the golden ratio. Now, golden ratio has its applications in various studies like architecture, painting, even music. It is said that whenever things are designed according to this ratio, it will have a aesthetically pleasing, organically balanced product out of it. So it is important for us to know this. Now, apart from these, the golden ratio has its profound presence in Sensex. As we know that Sensex is about the economical markets where various buyers and sellers will move the Sensex points because of their conviction. What I'm saying is the perception of the buyer changes that this trade may actually go up or this may fall down, that is when the changes in movements of Sensex takes place. Now, isn't it incredible to know that the way the market moves is also coinciding with golden ratio? There are certain levels called support and resistance levels, which are the reversal points of any trade. Now, these support and resistance are also calculated based on the golden ratio, and many people use this to make money. Isn't it interesting that we are part of this universal number, which is even driving the economics? We also have the many spiritual sciences which say that our body is made out of chakras, and in this, one of the most significant chakra is the Sahasrara chakra, which is represented with the lotus flowers with 1,000 petals in it. It is said that the ratio of the way these petals are actually visualized through clairvoyance is also coinciding with golden ratio. So such is the significance of golden ratio in our life. Apart from golden ratio, it is believed that many other lists of numbers have profound impact on our lives. One such group of numbers are the Grabavoi codes. Grabavoi is a Russian scientist who was born in 1963. Grabavoi was working on what is called as a radionic device or an electromagnetic device which was able to see a specific unique vibrations through a number that exists in the universe. So whenever these numbers are visualized or recited, the vibrations from these numbers will pass on to us, thereby helping us heal any ailment. So he has designed a lot of codes, each one for a specific ailment and issues. These are quite popular in YouTube these days. There have been so many feedbacks, so many cases from people who have been using these numbers and are benefited from these, and they are being able to heal themselves. So apart from this, we also have the most popular study of numbers, that is the numerology. By understanding that when the universe is broken down into various different elemental forms, it ends up in numbers. A numerologist will do the same with respect to various different aspects of a person, for example date of birth or the name of a person, and he breaks down into specific formats and see how this can be corrected so that it will impact our lives.
So friends, this was all I wanted to say. I hope this video can bring in a slight shift in consciousness and in the way that we think, the way we approach anything that we see in the world, the way we see any opportunity that the universe throws in front of us.
Thanks a lot guys for watching this video all through, and please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that like button if you like this video for real, and share it with your friends if you want to. And thanks a lot, and see you again in my next video. Bye bye.